Okay, and then you guys can push the buttons. And, oh, hi, little puppies. All right. Well, welcome. This is our second last class before we take a little break. And I just want to welcome you. So honored to have you here sharing this practice with me. And ultimately, that's what we're doing, right? We're just going to move and breathe and be and enjoy. That's what I was thinking about this class. I was like, what do I need? I asked you guys the question, I asked myself the question. I'm like, I just need to enjoy my practice. And that is the essence of it all, to enjoy your practice and not take it too seriously, but take it very seriously at the same time. It's the great paradox of yoga. Like, can I have fun, enjoy being in my body, enjoy moving, but also like take the cues. What's happening? Which side is tighter? Which side needs more attention, or anything like that? Any body parts, all this goodness, joyful movement we invite in. So I just look at my hands just go out. This like great mudra of the scales, of the balance of whatever it is. And so maybe pause there for a moment. You can let your shoulders drop, lift your heart, take a full breath in, sigh it out. And then we'll inhale, and let's take the hands together over your head so you kind of create this eye shape. I'm just dipping down so you can see. We'll inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands down in front of your heart, even extending the fingers out if you like, or taking them down a little bit more, if this is the mudra we did on Tuesday. So whatever you need, heart, center, solar plexus, grounding, just feel where these hands want to go. And then bow your chin to your practice, to yourself, to your presence, to those we practice with. In this Zoom communal space, in your own place. And no matter what is happening in your space, what was happening before this moment here, just feel into your breath, into this body where you live. And ask yourself that question, what do I need? Just let the answer wash through you. It need to be any words, anything concrete. And into that, friends, just take a nice full breath in. Release it perhaps through your mouth. Next inhale, lengthen yourself tall, lift your chin. And exhale this breath completely. We'll call ourselves home 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to start in either downward dog or child's pose, yogi's choice, whatever you want to do for 5 breaths. You want to lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest, that's fine too. And we'll just take a few moments to just bring in our awareness into this body. So whatever you choose here is really great. Child's pose, downward dog, on your back, hug your knees in. Start to settle into your breath, whatever pose you've chosen. Okay, I see on the camera everyone in downward dog. So let's refine it. Spread your fingers, press the heels of the hands down and away, feel the shoulders extend. And then take the crown of the head towards that space between your hands. Shoulders move back. Draw the heart in, draw the belly in. Press through your thighs. And from the backs of your thighs, press down to the heels. Stay from heels to the floor. As you press the hands down and away. One more breath. And then we're all going to meet on hands and knees. And take your time. Put something underneath your knees if you need it. I have my blocks here. I'm going to use the blocks. And what they're going to do is just take the, lift the heart a little bit so you're up a little higher. So you can, bring your blocks in, guys. And then I'm going to show you, I'm just going to spread my fingers and I take the thumb and the pinky as if I'm gripping the block. So I add a little bit of hand engagement here. Okay. Good. And then we'll just start with cat-cow. So tuck your toes under and just move into your version of cat-cow. It can be very slow. You know, if you're not happy with the blocks, you can ditch them. And just feel here, it's awakening, moving your spine, your shoulders, your tailbone, your breath. Good. Yes, let's just do 2 more. However you're moving. And then after you finish these 2, just come to what you feel is neutral. And because we have the blocks, you can really anchor your hands, push down, let the heart melt between the arms. So maybe you feel like your shoulder blades are in line with each other. Yeah. Okay. Now take your attention to your tailbone. And we're going to move into cat-cow just through the tail, dropping down and lifting up. And so I'm doing it right now. It's probably imperceptible. You probably can't see me moving at all. So just do you're just lifting, that's it. Nothing's really moving. Okay, try and keep the belly in a little bit and the heart in line. So everything is, that's it. It's just such a small movement. Just moving your tail. Good, let's do 1 more. And then come to your neutral. And then we're just going to move the heart, like we do this little heart flossing. Just lift your heart, drop it down. So we're just moving the shoulders now. So again, nothing really is moving. I'm doing my best to keep the, I'm not hardening the belly, but it's almost like just pulling the navel in a little bit, keeping the tail stable. And the hands are doing this work. I'm pushing down. Feel that for yourself. Let the jaw go. Okay. And then last one. And then come to neutral. And let's just come to child's pose. I'll put the tops of the feet down. I'm going to keep my hands on the blocks, but if you need to take them off, that's fine. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of wrist stretch. So I'm going to keep the heels of the hands on the blocks and just lift up the palms, fingers towards the sky. And then you'll just wave your like pinky towards the floor and then thumb towards the floor. So just moving the hands, giving the wrists a little bit of something here. You could even maybe circle your hands. Don't be so, be a little curious. Oh, what happens if I roll side to side this way? Drop the fingers a little bit. Okay. And then you can let the hands go. You can do whatever you like with them. You turn the palms up, face each other. And we're just going to settle in 5 dynamic breaths. And so not, you go super fast, but let the breath fill you up. And let it melt you. Let your head go. I keep mine lifted just for sound. So let your head off. And last breath. And place my hands on the blocks. Come back up to your hands and your knees. And then you might push the blocks forward or walk your knees back. We'll make this a little bit longer. I'm going to tuck the toes under. I'm just going to move a little bit front to back. And, you might just stop here, but you might go all the way down to Cobra and all the way back. You just go to a place that that's as far as I want to go today, that my back says is good. But if you're doing the full thing, then there is cat and there is cow. And having the blocks would be very helpful to kind of keep the chest lifted. So just do whatever works here for yourself. A few times. Okay. And then we'll bring it back to hands in knees neutral. I'm going to keep the blocks where they are though. And now we're going to angle. So I'm going to come forward wherever you go. And then as you come back, shift your hips maybe to the right. You might go tops of the feet to the floor. And then we'll come up and we'll just go second side. And the knees might move, the feet might move. Just do this a little bit. And if you need to shorten, bring the hands in a little bit, bring the blocks in, do that. And we'll just do this a few times, moving side to side. Whatever you're doing is good work. Doesn't need to be anything more than what you are doing right now. Okay, we'll do one more on each side. And then we're going to settle in to the right side. So the next time the hips come to the right, you might walk the hands back, come down. I'm going to bring the blocks over towards the left. And I'm walking them with my hands. And then we'll just settle here, breathe. So you let your whole body sink over to the right, if that's okay. Be kind. Yeah, that's it. And then come up, bring your blocks back, and then find the other side. You drop your hips to the left, walk your hands over to the right. I'm bringing the blocks with me. And then just drop in, find those places. You can send your breath, your healing, healthy into. Okay, come up, bring your blocks back. And we'll take a little lungy action. So I'm going to bring my blocks a little closer together. Oh, heck, you know what? Let's bring them right beside each other so they're touching. We'll go right beside. And then I'll put my hands on the floor maybe and take the right foot. I'm going to have the ball of the foot on the block and the heel on the floor. Okay, and then we're just going to move. So now I'm just, you're going to adjust your stance. Figure it out. If you need a block for your hand, bring the other one in. Move a little front to back here. And then we're going to lift the back knee up. So the next time you come to lunge, tuck the back toes under, lift it up. And I'm not being so rigid in my foot, my back foot. Let it turn out a little bit. Move a little bit here. Feel whatever it is. Yes. Okay. Good. And then we'll come back to taking the left knee down. Good. I'm just going to send it back now. I'm going to walk the hands back. Going to put more of the center of the foot on the block and then come forward. And now I'm just have the toes lifted, a little bit of pressure into the center of the foot. Breathe, tuck the back toes under, lift up. You can put the foot down. I still have my knee bent. I'm just moving my hand. I'm just putting some weight into the center of the foot here. And then we'll come back, lower the knee down. Good. Send it back and put the whole sole of your foot onto the block. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll move a little bit front to back. Your foot can move too, or it can stay where it is. Okay, bring it forward for yourself. You don't have to go super deep. Could be just a little bit. Take 1 or 2 breaths here. And then we'll lift the back knee up again. Okay, I'm just taking my hand away so you can see it. The knee is bent. I'm just here, breathing, maybe moving a little bit. And then come all the way back down, and we'll take the right foot off. Good. And then either child's pose or sitting, yogi's choice, just to feel what you've done. However you want to be, child's pose, fine, sitting is all good. Second side. Okay, so we're going to start with, I go hands and knees. I'm going to take the left foot, balls of the toes at the edge of the block, heel on the floor. And then you can walk your right knee back, find your place. I'm just going to move front to back. Just to kind of get things lubed. A little bit front to back. And we're going to lift that back knee knee up. So tuck the toes under, lift up, and you can let the right foot come down any way it likes. Just a little bit here. Good. Yes. Okay. And then we'll lift the back heel, put the knee down. Good. Just take your hips back for a moment. And I'm going to just bring the center of the foot to the block. And lift the toes. And then bring yourself forward again. And just go nice and easy. You don't have to do anything more than what's happening. Good. And then we're going to lift the back knee up. And again, just be wherever you need to be here. You can be moving front to back or just be still and smile. Good. We'll put that knee down. Good. Pull your hips back for a moment. And then find that sole of the foot on the block. And then once you have that, a little front to back again. Maybe the sole of the foot lifts up, maybe not. We're not going for maximum anything here. We're just experiencing with joy. Next time you come back, we're going to lift that back knee up, put the right foot down. Do whatever you need to do here. Pull back or stay bent or let the weight be there. Place the right knee back down. Bring both knees together. We're going to go, actually, I'm going to open the knees wide as I'm going to child's pose. I'm just going to sit on the heels. So the knees are a little wider. Just pause, breathe, feel. Good. One more breath. Yes. Okay. I'm going to come back onto the blocks. I'm going to separate them, put the hands in position, come back to your hands and your knees. And we're just going to flow a little bit front to back like we did before. So you can walk the blocks forward, walk your knees back, and just find your flow, toes tucked under. And this time we're going to add the side to side. So just let your body move forward and back, moving side to side. Yes. Okay, and then we're just going to come to just be here, take your blocks to the highest height. Yes, and then I'll step the right foot between the blocks. However it gets here. Yes, and then you can walk your left knee back if there's room. And we're going to go to the front to back. And just move front to back here a few times. And then you're going to start to find a circling of the hips. So, it doesn't need to be anything. Let your feet move. I say that a lot. It doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. Because, you circle your hips here in this very strange position. You're like, are they circling? And it really doesn't matter. You're doing something. You're moving yourself here. Good. Okay. Come back to your bent knee lunge. Take your back foot and we're going to turn it. So we come into this gate pose. I'll just adjust my blanket. I'm going to take the left hand to the left hip. I'm going to push the left knee down. Lift up, open your chest. Maybe turn your gaze up. Feel the right foot pushing into the floor. And then take the left arm up and over your ear. And then shift your hips a little bit to the right. If this is too much for your knee, then figure out a way to do less. One more breath. Good. And then we're just going to crescent. We're going to take this left hand all the way down to the floor. The right arm's coming up. And it's going to come over your ear. You can straighten your right leg, but it can also just stay as it is. Good. Take a big breath. And then windmill yourself all the way back. Find your blocks. Turn your back knee. Bring the right knee in. And then we'll sit or child's pose, or if you'd like a downward dog, throw that in. Just take 3 breaths here. Drop your gaze down the bridge of your nose if you're sitting. Feel everything. Good. Okay, last big breath in. Side out. Come back to your blocks. And find the left foot in front. walk your right knee back if there's room, just kind of feel. And then we'll just start to move front to back. And let the foot lift. We're going to let the feet move as we do this. And we're going to start to find that circling in the hips as best as you can. Circling. Yes. In reverse direction, your circling might be more figure eights, and that's all good too. Okay, let's do one more moment here. And we're going to come into this bent knee lunge and turn the back foot. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to put the left hand stays on the block. Take the right hand to your hip and just pause here. Push that right knee down, lift up through the right side. You turn, open your chest. And then we'll take this right arm up and over the ear and stretching through that side. Push the left foot into the floor. One more big breath in and out. And then just windmill. Take the right hand down to the floor, left arm lifts. And take it over. And then you can maybe bend into the left knee a little bit more if that's there. If you have straightened your left leg, it's fine. Good. And we'll come back, both hands to the blocks, straighten out the right knee and bring the left knee in, and I'm going to sit on the toes. Just take a moment or two, breathe and be. Good. Okay, shake your wrists out. And we're going to come into downward dog, three-legged dog, and so just get your wrists going, and then we can take the blocks off. Spread your fingers, take your shoulders away from your ears, lift your heart like you're doing a little heart push-up. Take your belly in, tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, press up and back. And take a moment here to feel that the hands are pressing as much as the feet are. Good. Okay, bring your big toes to touch. Let's lift the right leg up high to the sky. Stretch it through the heel, press out through the left thigh. And then bend your right knee, open your hip. Just take it and open it. You can even take your gaze and see if you can see your right foot. One more breath. Good. Let's release that down and take the left leg up. Press it out through the heel. Press the right thigh back. And bend your knee and open your hip. Just be there. Open your hip. You can turn your gaze over your right arm. Good. One more breath. And then take it down. Let's all rest in child's pose. I'm going to bring the blocks back in for child's pose, but Yogi's choice. So I'm going to rest the forearms on the blocks and let the wrist just kind of hang over the far side. Breathe here. Good. Nice big breath in. Breathe out. And then come up. Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to come onto your backs. I'm going to set the blocks aside and keep them handy. And put that blanket up for the head. Yeah. Okay. Good. I'm saying, because I'm like, maybe you should grab your strap. Don't know if we're going to use it, but if you want to grab it in. And if you want to put your socks on, I'm going to do that too. Okay, and then once we're down, let's take a few moments to just receive. Just be flat on your back. You can have your legs bent, your legs straight. Arms open, backs of the hands resting. Feel your breath. Good. Close your eyes, or if your eyes are open, they're soft. Take that word soft. And feel as you exhale, your belly, your back becomes soft. Notice your butt cheeks. And let them become soft. And the back of your shoulder blades, back of your heart, soft. Muscles of your face, soft. Or soften. Good. So just feel your feet, and if your legs are stretched out, just bend them now. Put your feet on the floor, and let's just start by just keep the right heel on the floor, but lift the sole of the foot up as much as if you could touch the toes to your shin. Anchor the heel down. If you do that, and just feel everything else that comes in. And on your exhale, we're going to lower this foot down as you extend it. So you feel like you're putting it down and getting longer. The toes are the last thing to come down. And then let the foot soften. And then take your attention to your left side. Keep the left heel down, lift the sole of the foot up. And just draw it in as if, the toes are going to touch the shin. Anchor the left heel down. You just feel everything that comes in, everything there. Soften even as you keep that effort. So no tension in your face. Inhale. And as you exhale, extend the left foot as you put it down. Good. And then just take your attention to the soles of both feet. Feel them on the floor. Feel the heel, the outer edge, balls of the feet. Maybe even pause with that image of the balls of the feet. Feel like the big toe ball and the baby toe ball equally weighted. And the toes are just lightly resting. And then we're just going to lift all 10 toes up. Just keep everything else engaged on the floor and lift all 10 toes. And then gently press the feet to the floor, everything else but the toes. And then just notice what engages and see if you can keep that as you soften. Maybe soften the belly, sides of the waist, back down. Take one more breath. And then release the tension in your feet. Let them just rest, everything rest. Okay, let's bring the right knee in. We're going to keep the left foot on the floor, keep it bent. Now, as you rock this right knee in and out, you might take your hands down, maybe center of the shin. You can feel your tailbone moving as you just bring this in and out. You can flex the right foot, and the left foot could be helping a little bit just to kind of move. I say tailbone, but if you feel like it's more of your hips rocking, you've got it. Good. And then we'll come to center. Just hold this knee in and let everything soften around. Feel your breath. Beautiful, guys. And then let's cross ankle over knee. So if you need to walk your left foot in or out, be conscious of that. Okay, I'm just going to let my hands rest on my tummy, but you could hold on to your right knee with your right hand if you like. And we're just going to draw this knee in and out a few times. So everything else is stable, just the right knee is moving center of your chest and opening out. Let's do this a few times. Good. Last one. And then we'll end with the knee open. Open your arms out to the side. And then let's take this to the windshield wiper side to side in the same little package. So again, move slow, move with awareness. Feel your breath. Good. And we're going to end with the sole of the right foot on the left side. Okay, if you need to quit, you have your blocks there. You can always put the block underneath the sole of the foot. Take the left hand, find the right ankle. And then just soften as you hold on. Turn your head to the right if you like. I'm going to add the left foot. So this is optional. Already we have, this pose is opening up the psoas muscle. You might feel this in the right hip crease. So be there. If you want to add the left foot, I'm just going to take my right hand down, find my left foot with the right hand. And then I'll just press the sole of the foot into the hand. And I'm actually also pressing the right shin into the left hand. Take one more breath wherever you are. Soften where you can. And then release the right hand if you went there. Left hand, release that and bring this package back up. Let's just come to this windshield wiper just a few times, just side to side a few times, and then we'll come back to center. Okay, we're going to go thread the needle. So once you come to center, bring the left thigh in, take your hands behind the left thigh, or on top of the shin. And let's rock side to side here if that is available. Smile. Okay, we're going to settle in. And so, it's easier, lighter if we drop to the right. Try and take your weight a little bit more to the left. And then ask yourself, where can I soften? And we're here for another few breaths. So keep your third eye soft, your face soft. And send your breath and your awareness to the tight places. Give a little love and release. 2 more breaths. And then we're going to release both feet to the floor. Maybe you want to stretch your legs out, or you want a windshield wiper. Just take a few moments to just, release all of that. And then to also feel, what did I just do? So once you've moved a little bit, kind of shaking it out, then just be still for 2 breaths. Deep awareness. I don't know if you guys can, you can see. My daughter Noah painted this poster I have behind me in black, and you don't need to sit up, I'll read it to you. And she did it when she was 12. It says, life isn't about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. And when we do this kind of work, you are creating, recreating. Bring your feet together, and we're going to bring the left knee in, change the interlace. And we're going to start with just this rocking, like a little rocking horse. For those of us who grew up in Alberta, or the prairies with the rocking horses. It's the image. Okay, feel your tailbone, your hips moving here. The sole of the right foot is helping, maybe. We'll just take 1 or 2 more forward and back rocking horses. And then bring yourself to center. And just soften into this for a breath or 2. Let the shoulders go, the jaw go. And then we'll cross ankle over knee. And we'll open our arms out to the side. Or you can hold on to your left knee if you like. And we're just going to bring this knee in and out a few times. So everything stays stable. And just moving this knee, but it's really your hip joint that's doing this. Yes. Good. So then just letting the knee open. Nice big breath in and out. And then we'll start to just move side to side in this windshield wiper pigeon shape. Side to side in your own face. So you know what's going to happen. We are going to have the sole of the left foot to the right side. So if you need your block or anything like that, just set yourself up and then drop that left foot over to the right side. You take the right hand, grab hold of the ankle. I take my thumb over there too, and then soften. So you let the hand hold on and let everything else soften. As if the hip wants to drop to the floor, you could turn your head to the left. You can either stay there, or if you want to grab that back foot with the left hand, that's all optional. The work is happening. Even if you never grab that back foot, you just think about it, imagine it. It's work. Beautiful breathing. And you'll release the hands, come back onto your back. Just keep this package. If you need to windshield wiper a few times, just to kind of shake it off, do that. Okay, and then we'll move to thread the needle. So opposite interlace your fingers. And we're going to start with this rocking side to side. Maybe hold on to the shin if that's there. It's all good. Okay. We're going to settle in here for about 5, 6 breaths, 7 breaths. Find that place where this time is going to be the most effective. And as quick as you can, you bring your inner attention to these places. You say, oh, okay, you soften, you release something, you pay attention to the gripping. You imagine things lengthening. Literally going to make myself a little taller. A few more breaths. Release. Now we'll set both feet to the floor or stretch them long. Again, take a few moments for yourself, friends. What do you need to do here? Shake it off a little bit. Bring both knees into the chest. And just hug them in and out or rock side to side, whatever you feel will be the most healing for you. And then we're going to settle into this Uttanasana, child's pose on your back. So however you want to hold these knees in, that's fine. The mantra for this part of our practice is to soften. Melt yourself in. You could have fingers interlaced. You could be holding wrists, opposite elbows, or just holding onto your knees. Tuck your chin. Find your breath. And I'm going to bring in this mantra from Tuesday. I am grounding. I am softening. Notice if you're gripping your buttocks at all. Even the cheeks in your face, all four cheeks, soften them. Take a nice big breath in. Inside out. Let's go to happy baby. And just rock yourself side to side in your happy baby. All right, so we'll find some joy in happy baby. We settle in here. If you need to drop your heels towards your hips, if that's happier for you, do that. Okay, if you can take the legs and kind of stretch them maybe towards your ears or out through your head, do that. Just, whatever would feel good here. Just kind of extend your happy baby. You can still rock if you like. And softening, whatever you've got, whatever you're doing is good work. One more breath. And then bring your knees into your chest. I'm just going to hug them in. I'm going to lift the head and chest up. Make myself a little ball for 2 breaths. Good. And then release your feet to the floor. Just for a moment. Maybe let's go basic resting pose. Feet wide, knees together. You can take your arms over your head if you like. Nice big breath in and out. Okay, separate your knees. Keep your feet on the floor, but you can walk them in. We're going to lift the hips, so they don't need to be right close together. Just feel that your feet are in a place to hold you. I still have my arms over my head. They don't have to be there. And as you press the feet down, start to lift your hips up, and maybe they're going to go up nice and high, and maybe not. It's all good. I said put your socks on, so be wary of that. And then exhale, lower down from top to bottom. Feel the tailbone, last thing to come down. And do that 2 more times. So I arch the back. And then as you exhale, lift from your tailbone, lift from your feet. And lower yourself down. Some healing way for yourself. Arch your back and inhale. Come up. Wherever you go here. And exhale, lower down. Okay, drop your knees towards each other. Pigeon toe your feet. Nice big breath in and out. I'm going to grab the blocks. Maybe both blocks or one block. We're going to put the sacrum up. So whatever you like. If I say 2 blocks, maybe you like to put one on top of the other. You want to go to the highest height, the lowest height, whichever height is good work. Just be there. And then I want want to just take you back to when we were on hands and knees and you did your tailbone cat-cow. And so once you're on your block, just do a little bit of that, just moving the tail or your hips, a little bit of imperceptible movement. And then find that place where you feel the sacrum is pressing into the block. So the tailbone might be angling down or straight ahead, depending on how high you have the block. And just really be very connected, block and sacrum for a few moments here. Just breathe. Okay, from the heel toe, my left foot in a little bit more center, just so I can bring the right knee into the chest. Doesn't need to come all the way in, just bring it in. And then straighten your right leg up. And again, it doesn't need to be straight. Okay, I'm going to flex the foot just so I can press up from the center of the back of your right hip through the underside of your leg all the way to the heel. And then you can just be here. You might find that place of where you can feel the most. So maybe the leg comes forward a little bit. I keep the sacrum anchored, and then the left leg can extend out as well if you like that. It could also lift up off the floor. It could be on the floor. We're just opening and extending the legs, a little bit of memory from what we did at the very beginning. A little bit here. Okay, we're going to switch legs. And so if you want to do that in midair, that's fine. Whatever you need to do, just take the left leg so that it's up in the air, and the right leg could be bent, foot on the floor, could be extended. You're going to press out through the heel, straighten the leg, soften everything you can. And pulling back the baby toe edges. They always want to tuck in, and we just want to keep the outer edges of our leg muscles awake. And one more breath. And then I'll just set the right foot down and the left foot down. Find the sacrum anchored. Nice breathing here. And the next one we're going to do is take both legs up in the air. So if you need to hold on to your block for stability, or you want to lower your block, whatever you need to do, feel the sacrum anchored as you take the legs up. You can flex the feet, great. I'm not just taking my hands away from the block because the sacrum is so settled. I know it's not going to go anywhere. You're going to open these legs out to the sides. So, you're upavishta, wide-legged. Just come to a wide-legged for a moment and press out from the inner thigh, through the inner knee, through the inner calf, through the inner foot. One more breath. Now I'm going to grab hold of my block as I bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. And they might be pointing out, they might go up, this might not work for you, whatever it is here, you can always just adjust and do something else. I'll take one more breath. And then re-extend the legs straight up if you're still here. I'm going to lower them down, feet to the floor. I'm going to try and do that at the same time. So there's a bit of a challenge. Keep the sacrum into the block. See what happens. And then once you get the feet down, that's so nice. You just take a breath in and out. Okay, lift your hips. If you're on the highest height, let's go second height. If you're on the second height, go lowest height. If you're on the lowest height, you can stay there or take the block out. We're just going to go down slowly. If you're on the highest height, take 1 or 2 breaths and then bring it down to the lowest height. And after 2 breaths here, then we'll take the block out. And everyone take the block out. Just to be in the grounding. Oh, doesn't that feel so good? Be here if you need to windshield wiper, you want to hug your knees in, you want to stretch your legs out. Listen to your own intelligence, whatever you need to do. Good. Okay, so I'm going to rock and roll a couple times, and I am going to take the feet over the head as I do this. If that works for you, you might take your hands to the floor and press your hips up and do that a few times. If that works for you, do whatever. Use your hands, no hands. Roll on your back. Good. Okay, and then guys, bring yourself to sitting just for a quick moment. If you need to put your sweatshirts on or grab your blankets. And I want us to just rest in supported Baddha Konasana. And you might stay there the whole time for Shavasana if you like. So I'm going to take 2 blankets, 2 blocks, 1 bolster. I'm going to put the blocks. This is, the blocks with the bolster is a great way to just settle our busy minds. And if you have a lot going on in your head, or you're nervous about, yeah, oh my gosh, so many things to be nervous about. And I'm like, Omicron, like whatever it is, I don't know. We all have some stuff even before COVID that could keep us up at night, maybe, if we let it. So this is a great pose just to release that. So I'm just making little, not super fantastic little blanket rolls here. And then we'll just sit back. Something to cover your eyes if you like. So you can see I have the blocks apart, heart, head, support here. And you can always throw another blanket there, or you can put the blocks lower. And if you don't even want to use blocks, you will still get a nice opening. Okay. Once you're settled, soles of the feet together, support the thighs, support the knees so that, no muscular effort. Even if your knees just drop right to the floor in this, give a little support. Oh, heating pads. I have them sitting right here. Yes, queen. Throw that on. Okay. Oh, good night, everybody. Good. And then a final blanket to cover yourself, which so many of you have done already. So that is great. This is a vulnerable position to be in sometimes for some of us. And can be a traumatic position too. So if you add a blanket, you just might feel a little bit more secure. Start talking a little more quietly as we settle in. And just allow the support of these props, the safety of your space, comfort you've created. And not only that, but also the opening of this body. If it's too big of a drop for your arms too, I'll just remind you to grab another blanket or rest your hands on your belly. Just release some of that weight. Too much. And just feel, where can I soften here? Start with the eyes. Imagining that you can drop your inner gaze to the center of your brain. This invitation to look inwards, to simply be in stillness and your quiet. Feel the gentle flow of your breath. And any tension you're holding in the first chakra center, right at the base of your spine. Place of safety and security, emotional well-being, just at the second chakra, right below the navel. And here in this shape, we can just release, ground, and soften. Maybe tension in your fingers, let that soften. All 4 cheeks, softening, spreading, grounding. Tension in the shoulders, also releasing. Gentle flow of your breath. wish to stay in this shape, just stay. If you need to stretch your legs out, you could just also stay on the bolster, the legs straight. If you'd like to just change position, come to lying down. For the next few moments we have, then go ahead and do that. You can even turn around and rest your legs on this bolster setup we have, even if it falls. Whichever one, just stay in your stillness and your quiet, even as you shift. Encouraging yourself to be in your rest. Moving into your final few moments. Let that be the invitation to release so deep. Soften as much as you can. Rest your gaze inside, deep inside. Just notice any colors that arise for you here. Moving through your own inner universe. And then friends, if you feel very heavy, you want to stay, just stay. Otherwise, we'll start to gently awaken in a way that feels very nourishing, loving, healing. As if you're waking up a little baby. It's so nice. If you're on this bolster height and you're a little to the side, just be very conscious that you're on a height. If you want to sit up first and then come to your side, that's totally kosher, and you can do that. Just finding your way onto your side for a few moments. At your own pace, at your own time. Come up to seated and just stay in your, let's savor this, what you've created and cultivated. This time of quiet, of peacefulness, of softness, maybe even the word tranquility here. This reminder that we go through cycles. Things can be hard and things can be soft. Eventually they just goes around. Whenever you're ready, bringing your hands together at your heart or in front of your belly, where they want to drop into, and Move into winter solstice time, the end of this 2021. A lot to remind us of the cycles. What goes around comes around. It just came into my head. We are winter solstice, New Year, all that stuff. Seasons, holidays, holy days. And so into that, friends, I feel we're just going to release one Om to seal this practice. So inhale, lengthen tall. Bowing your chin, take the length of your thumbs, rest along the center of your forehead. Shanti, Om, peace, Om, Namaste. Press your forehead back up with your hands, inhale. Exhale your breath into your palms. Catch your breath, lift your chin, open your eyes. Offer this home. All of this goodness we have created for ourselves, offer it. We send it out to each other, to our families, to our loved ones, to those we don't even know who need it. Great love and joy. Thank you so much for joining me, playing with me, you guys. Thank you. Take it back in. You deserve it. You earned it. It's yours. Oh, so much love. Thank you. Thank you. So, enjoy this day. Have fun. We'll see you hopefully on Sunday. So much love, guys. Thank you.